All right, so we're going to talk about intercepts today. All right, and one of the things about intercepts is there could be more than one. All right, and depending on which axis you're looking at will depend on which intercept you're finding. All right, so we're going to start by identifying intercepts on graphs today. From there, we're going to talk about how to graph a linear equation by finding and plotting intercepts. Now, if you'll recall, we talked about how there are numerous ways to plot linear equations. One way that we've already talked about is finding a table of values. If you'll remember our input and our output, we found our table of values. We were then able to graph by using our table of values. Okay? The second way we're going to learn to graph today is by using our X and Y intercepts, okay? And then lastly, we're going to look at identifying and graphing vertical and horizontal lines, which we've kind of already talked about anyway, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue, all right? So here we go. Let's look at this. This looks like a lot, so I don't want you to write down a whole lot, okay? I just want you to look. All right, so we have X and Y intercepts, all right? And when we look at that, what we're really looking at is where our line or our figure crosses the X and Y axis, all right? So an intercept, that is so not going to be right. Sounds a lot like an intersect, right? So if you think of an intersection, it's where two roads cross one another. Everybody agree? Well, an intercept in the world of math is where the graph crosses the X and Y axis. Okay? So it's where the graph is going to cross the X and Y axis. Now, here's the great thing about this, is it's going to be on that axis. So if it's on the X axis, what would our ordered pair be if it's on the X axis? Yes, sir?
1, 0.
Okay, assuming that that's going to be on the where X is 1, right? But it's going to be whatever X is, but Y is always going to be what?
0.
0. Always. Because anywhere on this line, okay? Anywhere on this coordinate plane, if this is my coordinate plane, and this is my x-axis, and this is my y-axis, anywhere on this line, what's y going to be? 0. Doesn't matter what x is, but anywhere on this line, y would be 0. Does everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. So then, oh, wrong thing. So then if I look at my y-axis, what would my ordered pair be for my y-axis? Yes, sir?
0y.
0y. Because 0 is going to always be your x, right? So anywhere on this x-axis, this y-axis, x is going to be 0, right? It might be 0, 4. It might be 0, negative 3. Okay? But anywhere on my x-axis, x would be 0. Does that make sense? Yes, no, or maybe?
Yes.
Okay? So we're going to use that knowledge to then be able to find our X and Y intercepts. Okay? The other thing that you need to know in regards to this is that there can be more than one intercept. This particular line has how many intercepts? 2. It's got an x-intercept and a y-intercept. Okay? So there can be more than one depending on what type of figure we have on the graph, okay? Your linear diagonal lines should have two. Should have an x-intercept and a y-intercept. Your horizontal lines would have how many? One. Which one would it have?
The Y.
The y. Your vertical line should have how many? One. Which one?
X.
X. But your linear diagonals are going to have two. Okay? Everybody okay with that? Yes or maybe?
Yes.